Hello everyone, Trace W here. Today I'm going to be talking about a specific card. It's Henry Ford, and there was a strange thing that I came across a little while back. I haven't made a video for a little bit, but it's, it's kind of an interesting effect. Now the card I'm talking about, it's something that everyone should be running. It's Henry Ford, and he says, the moving assembly line increases your productivity. You may play 4 cards while he's in play per turn. 4 cards per turn. So it's a good effect, not because it gives you morale, which I really like to look for, but this doesn't decrease the amount of cards you can play, so you're still able to stack up to the amount of morale that you want, while still having an extra card to play, so you get more value. You have an emptier hand, and then next turn you're able to play 4 cards, not including him, so you have other things that you can play without and get more value, and still draw more cards, and it's a consistent effect until he dies. And I'm not the decider on this, of course, but just a way to think of questions like this. It was at the convention, and I was moderating the tournament, and one of the players started to play 4 cards on every turn. He did all 4. Then the next turn, the opponent's turn, he also played tried to play 4 cards on their turn. And everyone was kind of confused by what he was doing, but he read the card to us, and at face value, the moving assembly line increases your productivity. You may play 4 cards per turn while Ford is in play. So that makes it seem like, if you really think of it that way, that you can be playing 4 cards each turn, which makes him an extremely powerful card, even though you'd run out of cards. You'd run out of cards after 1 turn, but that's still an amazing effect. So I ruled against it as the moderator because for one, that's just too broken. But as a second thing, he says you may play 4 cards per turn while he's in play. So he's expanding the amount that you can play. But when it says turns, it's referring to rounds, from what I understand. There's a lot of cards in other games that increase what you can do, but it doesn't increase when you can do it. And it's just in lots of other games, trading card games, just anything you can think of. It doesn't change the rules of the game, it just expands them. So it's not, especially when it's citing keywords, this doesn't say you can play them as interrupts. It says you can play for a turn. So if you're not playing them as interrupts and you're just playing for each turn, then technically you're only playing the 4 on your turn. You can't play them on your opponent's turn. But it's an interesting way to think of it. And it's a lot of it, you just need to be careful to read the card the whole way and just kind of consider how you can use it to your advantage. But then you also got to consider the intention of the card. Now, a lot of times, sometimes it's just you use it how it's said. One of the recently banned cards, it was shipbuilding, and it allowed you to move other cards, not specifically yours, into your land. So you could take your opponent's land and move it inside your land, and I can do a video on that later. But you need to be sure that when you're reading it, you're being careful that you're not bending the rules because of what the card says if it doesn't say it's actually bending the rule. And it won't say bending the rule on the card, but it'll have specific keywords like interrupt and things like that. So this is a really good card. It comes in the Industrial Revolution pack, so if you want to get that, it's a really great addition. It also has a lot of morale cards in it. I think it's the best booster pack. And if you have any cards that you have questions about, or wondering if it's actually a card worth playing, go ahead and leave it in the comments below, and we'll catch you next time.